Hey, 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 it's Coach Manny, and it's Monday morning, and I'm fired up already because I am going to talk to you today about selling and how fast you respond. You know, everybody uses these great new systems to try to generate leads and to get people to fill out the forms online and get all that stuff rocking and rolling. And what happens? When the phone rings or the web form comes in, nothing. Or I tried, but I couldn't get through. That's just the way it went. You want to do more business? You hire these companies, they attract leads for you. You follow our lead gen process. You set up your website. People start um, filling out the forms. You're at the top of the list, man. You're rocking and rolling. But the question is, how fast is your team responding to that potential lead? Because you got a lead that's on fire, and you got a lead you spent money to generate, and this thing's on fire. When somebody calls you or fills out a web form, you know that you're in a great position. But you have to be fast, whether you got an inside sales team or an outside sales team. If you put something out there where you're expecting people to fill out a form, guess what? They're not just filling out your form, they're filling out forms for a lot of other people potentially. So the faster you respond, the better. I want to tell you a story about last week. Um, this is a story about the other day, or it was last week, I guess it was. I was looking at some project management software for one of my clients, as we do sometimes. And I'm on a web form, and I fill out this web form, and 10 minutes later, or it could have been less, I wasn't really tracking it, my phone rings. And there was a rep on the other side. Is your team that fast? I mean, period. When that form comes in, are they that fast to respond? But he not only called me, but when he called me, he was ready to listen. He wasn't on that phone starting to jam stuff down my throat. You know how they do sometimes. He was ready to listen. And he asked the right questions, and he asked how he could help me consider this software and help me, and how do I plan to use it moving forward. He asked all the right questions. How he could better understand in helping me make the right decision. Very good. And we left it with a message that he was going to call me back because I needed a little bit of time to look at it. Wow. And guess what? Since that time, he's also called me back. He's also emailed me back. He's still following up, as you'll see. So, 3 keys I want to share with you today, because you're spending so much money potentially on SEO, Facebook advertising, Google AdWords, all those other things out there. The phone rings and you don't make it happen. That's the worst thing that could happen. So time. When someone fills out a form, 5 to 10 minutes later, you need to be calling them. And even if it's on the weekend, even if it's after hours, if you've committed to make this thing work, then put somebody on call. Because I tell you, when I fill out a form, my phone should be ringing. Number 2, effective. How effective are you? Remember, when you call that person, they're going to think about one thing: WIIFM. What's in it for me? They don't want stuff jammed down your throat. That's why this guy did such a great job when he called me, because guess what? He was interested in me, and he was talking about how could he help me and how could he answer my questions. Be ready to answer the questions. Be ready to be friendly. Be ready to turn that prospect into a customer. And number 3 is, of course, as I stated before, the follow-up. What's the next step? And if you don't know and your follow-up sucks, like my book says, get a copy of the book. I think we put the link at the bottom here. If not, pick it up on our website or Amazon. My Sales Follow-Up Sucks. So you collect the information and you get back to the person, and you continue to keep the person in your funnel if you don't sell them the first time. The follow-up is so important. And the other question you always ask, during the conversation. How do you best like me to follow up? Is it phone? Is it email? Is it text? Is it stopping by? What time of the day? Should I be talking to your assistant? Get those answers, because if you want to know the best way to get back to that person, ask. So many people miss this piece, and I just want to make sure I emphasize it. Ask the best way to get back to the person, and then make sure you get back to the person when you said you would. Now, if you need more, you know, click the link below, set up a call, let's talk, let's figure out how we can make this work for you, because getting you more business is what we're here for. Building you a sales process that helps your organization. That's what we do. This is Coach Manny saying, as my great friend who's long left this world now, Burl Walk, always said, let's get out there and make this a better world.